Good.
Oh, snap. All right. Where are we? There's the shirt. Good God. Huh. Okay. Cool. Oh, snap. The only downside to training on a daily basis is not being around your phone when you're training. And so, there's an interview that Siri reminded me about. And so we're going to talk to some people that have invested in animation. And it might be an interesting conversation. We shall see. Welcome, people. Good God. Oh, snap. The Taishi of Soul is here. Welcome, Taishi of Souls. Oh, gosh. Wow. I'm freaking wiped. There's this thing that has been learned for the last couple of days where, like, tapping into that Bruce Lee speed is accomplishable now. But it's like a trance. When you get into the Bruce Lee speed, it's like a trance. And so I hit it, and it was like this beautiful wave that came in. And it was hard not to stay in for a little bit. But yeah, we're waiting for, good God, I'm tired. Okay, we're waiting for Broken Beat. When Broken Beat comes in, we're in the house. Let's see. Broken. What? Where are we? Where are we? Where's the share button? Where's the share button? There we go. Broken Beat. Send button. Excellence. Black in the culture. Welcome. Somebody said we bring too much light on the live, but if I turn the camera around, y'all want to see me? The light is better. How do you do this most wonderful of days? Kuma, how do you do this most wonderful of days? I'm getting my heart rate back to slightly normal, which is good. I want to review the footage, but I can't review the footage because there's an interview to do. Matter of fact, yeah, we can't do both. And I make weird sounds when I train. Snap, they have come. Welcome. And the thing is, I'm going to go run and get the notes that I most definitely kept in mind the entire time. This will be a lightning round. Join. Welcome.
Hey, how's you doing? Hold on.
Quite well. How are you?
Doing well. I'm doing
That's a
well.
good thing. Your voice is really cool, dude.
I appreciate that.
Of course. Where are you from?
I'm originally from Savannah, Georgia,
Oh,
but I live in Fayetteville, North Carolina now.
where J. Cole is from?
Yeah, where J. Cole's from. Yeah.
How did you end up there?
Well, I'm a military brat.
Ah,
My father was in the military, so yeah, we ended up there. Yeah, just settled there, and that's where I grew up.
interesting. That's dope. I was born in Atlanta, but I went to Philly
Yeah.
because I'm the child of Afrocentrists. And wherever the Afrocentrists go, that is where my family will follow.
Oh yeah.
But traveling is good. Like being in different places and experiencing different
Mm.
cultures is cool. Um, how long have you been in? Well, one, like,
Right, right,
what
right.
kind of artist are you? More of a writer or illustrator or what?
Well, I really wouldn't consider myself an artist per se.
Hmm.
I'm more of a creator.
Hmm.
I know that's a little like, oh, he's going to the left, but yeah, I do draw, I do paint, I do a little bit of those things, but I'm more soul tied to music.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? But anything that's creative, I just appreciate it so much. You know what I mean? So for me to call myself an artist for me would be blasphemy. You know what I
In
mean? So I just, yeah, I really, I respect the art as a whole.
huh? What would you say your like earliest manifestation of creativity was?
My earliest, hmm, that's a good question, man. I would say when I was younger, I used to stay with my grandmother in Savannah, and she had this piano,
Mm,
right? And didn't know what I was doing, never took a piano lesson ever, and went there and just started playing on the keys and, just started making my own melodies. So I would say that's probably one of the first.
hmm. Beautiful. Keyboards are really cool in the fact that you can play in multiple keys at the same time. And so especially when like you have a mind that puts things together, you can see you can make whatever's in your head come to life on a keyboard.
Yeah, yeah, just music in
Yeah.
general. You can create your own atmosphere. You can create a universe from nothing. You know what I mean? So, like I said, my soul tie is more with music. And with that being said, the project that I'm doing right now, it also it goes inside with the music too.
Mm.
You know.
How so?
Well, like I said, the genre that I love to actually do is it's like new jazz, jazz fusion, you know, things along that nature. I mean, if you watch Yasuke and you seen what's his name that did the soundtrack.
Flying Lotus?
Hmm?
Fly-
Yeah, yeah, Flying Lotus. Yeah,
ah,
it's something along those lines, like that.
interesting.
Yeah, because this whole thing really came from a music project that we were doing, and it's like, yo, why won't we just create a series? Let's do that. Yeah, let's create a series. So that's where we're at right now.
Oh, snap. So the music
Yeah.
inspired the wow, that's tight. What was the original thought of the
Mhm.
concept of the music? Where did that come from?
Well, to actually go back, it's funny because I was at work, looking on YouTube. Like, don't go on YouTube while you're at work. But I was on YouTube and sitting there. You know how you got like maybe a Naruto or some type of animation going on, and people have their own music playing. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I'm listening, I'm watching, and I'm like, why hasn't anybody come up with their own, original characters and just made like a plot with fighting and everything that you see in anime and just put their thrills and, just so on and so forth. So I was like, oh, I can do that. So that's what I did. Went out and I searched for whoever could actually do the animation, and here we are, you know.
That's freaking beautiful. And I'm glad you went and did it because I've been telling people for a long time now that like the a lot of people want to be Japan. And the people that realize that we not in Japan are the people that win. And so like our culture is historically tied to music at a spiritual level. And internet anime culture is heavily based in AMVs, as you said. And it's a shame that nobody of this black anime culture, to my recollection, has created
Mm-hmm.
AMVs with their characters. Like even the Narcissus Primus 7 piece, that was like 5 years ago. And the only reason most people know about it is because a beat maker stole their animation and started running Facebook ads with it. So it's good that you out here existing and using your music and the art and the concepts as well in order to hit the people because that's how you got my attention. One of our followers hit me up with me and I was like, oh wow, this is interesting. And now here we are.
Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know.
Indeed. And what has your project taught you? Oh well, one, how long have you been doing the project or focusing on the project?
Say it one more time. You broke in and broke out.
Oh, how long have you been working on this project?
I have been working on this project for 4 years.
Hmm. And what has it taught you over those 4 years?
What has it taught me?
Hmm.
Perseverance, really.
Hmm.
Really just not giving up, keeping going forward because you want to give up because there's highs and there's lows. You'll have successes and then there's things that'll set you back.
Hmm.
Because let's be honest, I'm gonna touch on it and potential, You know, fans may not like what I have to say, but it's a reality. You know, the limited amount of representation that we have in the anime form, you know, is you'll find yourself anybody. This is anybody. You know, if you're trying to make a black animation or something like that, that is going to be compared to something that's already been successful. You see what I'm saying? Because there's only a little bit amount
Right.
of representation, like I'm saying. You know what I mean? So it's more of having to have the tough skin, you know, setting up the challenge and say you're going to meet the challenge and prove that, hey, look, what you have can actually sit on its own. You know, it can bring something to the table that everybody can invest in.
That's beautiful.
So it's just about pushing up the hill and understanding that this is what's going to happen,
I love
you
that.
know, and hopefully with this animation or this project, it'll spawn more other, you know, black creators or whoever to bring out their stuff. And we just make a renaissance, like I said, where everybody can just invest and everybody will love. You know what I mean?
Hmm. That's beautiful. And I'm glad you spoke on that leaning into comparisons thing as well, because one of the more recent things you've posted is freaking perfect because it immediately tackles the two things you're going to be compared to. And just by virtue of the character design alone, the way that you positioned it, it's like the challenger has appeared. And the power that you can tell the power the challenger is like mysterious and powerful, but you don't know what the mystery or the power is. And I really like how you set that up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's dope. And what have you seen any of the black anime or manga projects that have been released over the past couple of years? And if so, which are some that you've had your eye on or some that you like, even if it's just an artist that does like black anime designs?
I mean, there's a lot out there, man. If you're on Webtoons, there's so many great black creators. You got some from Trinidad, Ordeal. Have you ever heard of Ordeal?
No, I have. Is that Brent Gray?
I mean, it's in color. It's amazing. You got Black Sun. That's amazing work. Of course, you got Black Sands. You know, those guys are pushing something that needs to be out there. You know, it's a lot out here. I mean, you have, of course, what's that? The art, uh,
Oh,
the first black animation company out in
yeah, they
Japan.
are
There's so
Shitakio.
much out here. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So,
That's
hmm
beautiful. Yeah, you're right. And I think that is a part of
hmm
that Renaissance thing as well. I think we're in like the middle period right now where like a lot of people opened the doors 4 and 5 years ago, but because they were so early, they missed a little bit of the successes. And now over the past 1 to 2 years, we've been seeing some people hit certain milestones, but there seems to be access that's limited, or there's like parts of the market they haven't penetrated yet. And so what'll be interesting to see is like
hmm
Hypeland, the clothing brand, they have stuff with like Israel Adesanya and Thundercat, and these are like known, famous, wealthy anime nerds. And despite the fact that they've started investing in their own creation in live action, I haven't seen so much in animation yet, especially from people like Denzel Curry. And so I think in this Renaissance era, we're going to see a lot of
hmm
musicians like your freaking self investing in animation and investing in telling these stories that otherwise would never exist, but also couldn't exist with all the things that have influenced us from all these different points of time. The question about the jazz fusion thing, Kamasi Washington, Thundercat, and then like all like the internet people, like that whole California wave of people that do jazz, they all seem to be like anime heads. Do you think that there's a correlation between an interest in jazz and an interest in like nerdy things?
I mean, I wouldn't say in nerdy things. You know what I mean?
What's the better
It's
word?
just sometimes you have things that how can I say it? They go well with each other. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it's like peanut butter and
I
jelly.
see.
You know, it's just the art form.
Mm,
The art form. I mean, when people like anime because the way Japanese, how they're very, you know, particular in what they do.
mm.
You see what I'm saying? It's the same thing with jazz. They're very particular in how they play.
Interesting.
So it goes hand in hand with each other.
Interesting.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, it's the I see. Yeah, it's the process. It gives you more freedom because it's there you can break the rules and you're supposed to break the rules, I guess. Sakuga. There's an artist, I mean an animator. His name is Nakamura, and Nakamura is one of the people that invented. You know where like people are in anime and like they crash into a wall and the wall explodes into different bricks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He invented that because he learned how to animate and then he broke the rules of animation. What are some rules in creation that you think people have pushed onto people that you've learned how to break over this process of 4 years?
Well, like I said, it's nothing that I actually learned from somebody else. It's like I said, me being a creator,
Mm-hmm.
you go somewhere that no one else has ever been
Interesting.
before. That's actually a quote that what's the name? Alden something or whatever. But yeah, you do something that can bring something to the table that somebody else can be inspired from.
Right.
You see what I'm
Right.
saying? So if you're going to be a creator, you have to go ahead and push those
I
limits.
see.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
You'll be inspired by others, but it's really about your personality and who you are. And although this project in itself, it has some similarities and some other things, you know what I mean? But it's special in its own right. You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yes, indeed.
So as far as breaking rules and things of that nature, I just see it as you just putting it out who you are as a person,
That makes sense.
if that makes sense.
Yes, it does. It's fun because it means that I'll be able to see. I won't understand it until I see it, and even when I see it, I'll be inspired, but I won't. I might not know why I'm inspired, but it'll give me ideas to make things because it goes in a place that I haven't seen before. Expression.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, that's what we're out here for anyway. We're here to inspire each other. You know what I mean? Like what I'm doing right now, it can possibly inspire somebody to do something even bigger.
Mm,
You see what I'm saying?
right.
And now you have another wave of something brand new.
Right.
You know, that's what we're out here for.
I see what you mean now.
So,
Yes.
uh,
Yes, we build on top of each other, and that's how things evolve. That's how art forms evolve.
hmm.
Interesting. Wow. That's freaking amazing. Well, dude, snap. You've I've burned through all of my questions because you've answered them so well. Can you matter of fact, can you tell people who you are, what your project is, and where they can support it?
Well, my name is Richard Singleton II. I go by Creative Theory. You can look me up. The project is Broken Beat. You can find me on Facebook on Broken Beat. Beyond the no, it's Broken Beat Anime Series, and on here on Instagram it's Broken Beat Beyond the Sword.
Quality. Thank you so much for your time, man. Thank you
So
so much for
yeah,
blessing us with these bars. Um, yeah, I don't have any more words. You kind of you have me in anticipation now. I might have to go up and down your page and repost some stuff.
mm-hmm. Well, this is actually the first interview. You know, I appreciate you actually for having me
Of
on.
course,
You know, asking me wanted to do this. You
of
know,
course.
yeah,
It's
I appreciate it.
of course it's hard sometimes figuring out figuring out to um how to reach out and how to make the best use of time when I reach out. And what I'm realizing now is that sometimes we gotta let artists create, and then after when we let artists create, we just show people that will be inspired the art, and that's how they'll have it. Yeah, and initially I wanted to like make the network of Black anime, but that's what Instagram is. And if you these communities where we repost different people's projects, that's the more detailed part where people can see individual subcultures of things that they like. And really, that's all you need to do because artists are going to do what artists do. And as an artist, like I've kind of disappeared because I'm making stuff right now. And so, yeah, it's good to know that you exist, and I hope to help more people know that you exist as well because your existence
I
is very
appreciate that.
interesting to me, and I look forward to watching what else you create and also to listening to.
I
Is there
appreciate
somewhere
that,
where I
man.
can find your
I
music?
really do. You can find my music on Spotify. You can find it on iTunes. The first project it was called Colorblind,
Hmm.
so you can find it there. Yeah,
Excellent. And
you
what
can
name
find
do
it
I
on my
search?
website as well.
It's in your
You
bio.
can find it on my website. My website is it's creativetheoryworld.com.
Beautiful.
You can find all my stuff there.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Again, thank you so much for your time. Is there anything else you would like to say to the people before we depart?
Oh man, I think I might have said everything that I needed to say.
I would agree in that regard. I'm trying. I might have to study this conversation because the way that you say things is very. There's a lot of depth, and I need to learn how to do that. So you will be studied.
Well, you know something, I do have something else to say. You know, this project, it's how can I say it? It's not trying to push like a melanated agenda.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? Because it's bigger than that.
mm,
You know what I mean? Like it's being able to put something out that has representation for all of us, the people that look like you and me, without having to force
right.
feed it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Where people can actually want to invest in it on their own, you know?
Yes.
So hopefully we'll be able to put something out that can compete with the bigger titles that we all know and love, but at the same time, like I said, it's all about creating and connecting each other. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? So that's what we're trying to do right now. Like I said, with the music, with the animation, we're trying to just bring it all together in one. And we'll see what happens.
Beautiful. Excellent. Thank you again for coming. Thank you for dropping these gems. And you said something very important that I will expound on later in a different live, because that's an entire topic of conversation. Is it's better to create a good character and a good company than a black character or a black company, because you can lose a lot of the character in an agenda as opposed to letting the character exist as they do. Goku is not a Japanese man that praises Imperial Japan. He's Goku, and he has influence from all over the world and all the things that the different people that made him have experienced, and that's why a lot of people can relate to him.
Exactly. Exactly. They can invest.
Yes.
Exactly.
So,
They can relate because it's a person just like them.
correct.
Yeah, you're right. I agree.
Yeah, and I think a lot of us miss that, and eventually we come to a point where we realize that, and then we make different things, and people ask why the different things get made. But if we come out the gate with that understanding, it puts us in a very interesting position.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
agree.
it's dope to have that understanding. So one more time, thank you for joining the live. People of the live, thank you for freaking coming. And people in the future, follow this man. Go to this man's website. Listen to all of his music. I need y'all to like individually every song on Spotify that this man has, because this is the beginning of something very interesting. Peace.
All right, brother.
All
Take care.
right.